Alright, so this is our new extraction adapter, and you figured out a pretty easy way to install this. Talk to me about it.
So right now this is kind of a quick rig setup where we have our standard valve to enter into our catch pot here.
Yep.
And instead of having our direct hose whip with compression fittings in here, so this is a 1/2 inch internal diameter flex tube from Swagelok, just braided. Would usually enter into our valve here, and instead we just have a straight union extension with a 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch, or 1/2 inch to 1.5 inch stainless sanitary dry clamp adapter up to your beautiful sensor here. And then extension off of there with another 1.5 inch dry clamp adapter to our 1/2 inch compression fitting from Swagelok. And then our hose. So since this is going to be a 1.5 inch diameter column in here, having it reduce back down to a 1/2 inch is going to give us clarity on total fill of solvent inside of the sensor, so that we can assure ourselves that we are functionally filled in there, give us a nice high resolution reading.
Gotcha. Now, just for R&D purposes, would you run like this, or would you maybe create another setup?
So for a final setup, this is definitely an optical demonstration. I think inevitably what we would plan to do is mount this entire system off of the wall.
Yep.
Just so that it's isolated, we can have it be organized, accessible, but still pretty open, still have our functional workspace, and we'll have the potential to bend direct hardline from our standard valve assembly here to the wall. And then secondarily, if we were to take this whole unit and move it back, I'll give a demonstration here, but we would add a bypass. So it would be a 3-way isolation valve and a 3-way isolation valve here, and a hard line coming out and around. We could put a pressure gauge on there, we could put a bypass valve to relieve pressure off of there, or just relieve our liquid, and then we can also have this entire setup set up below on the wall right here, a CRC filtration assembly. So similar to the bypass that would go around the sensor, this would be located underneath the CRC assembly here, with the potential to either bypass the filtrations assembly and read strictly the solvent laden or cannabinoid laden solvent pre filtration and remediation, so that we can get a standard or a blank. And then we can also turn off the bypass and have all of our material roll through the filter, remove any of the pigments or accessory compounds that we're not looking to retain in the final product, and then see a difference from the results of the sensor on what is still present / what is missing from the prior solution that we had ran. And I think with your overlay feature, that would especially make for a beautiful visual. So I'm super excited about that.